There we go. My goodness, see that is, I'm all types of confused. So many weird hiccups the last 3 days. Just starting out learning streaming, and even as a tech head kind of nerd, so many things wrong. I'll get it. I'll got it. I'll go. Okay. Here we go. We're good. But again, my DSLR is on batteries, so when that dies, we'll switch over to this puppy without stopping the stream, hopefully. Okay. So, to jump into the scene here, what we have going on. The last thing we did was add this smoker, this person chilling out here. And we're wondering if we want to add a little alpha smoke. I mean, I could go in there and I could create a smoke simulation, but that would be stupid. No, it wouldn't be stupid. That would be a cool thing to do, right? But I think in alpha, if we wanted to, we would do an alpha flag of a cigarette smoke going up and call it a day. I don't even know if you're going to notice it or really see it that well. Maybe you do need to. I mean, I've got her in the position as if she's, how about I show you? You know, she's over here with her weird fingers smoking away here. I didn't really give too much care to get her body language perfect because she's so far away from the camera. But I'm wondering if I even went over here and made the cherry in a missive, but that didn't show up on camera. I was just curious. I'm wondering if I created a, you know, kind of flag for the smoke there, like the cigarette smoke, if we can get anything cool going on there. If we like, let's look it up. Whoa, what button did I hit that unmuted that? Weird things are afoot. Let's go here and cigarettes after sex. Pop band, cool. Cigarettes alpha numeric codes? No. How about just alpha texture? Weird. Cigarette smoke. Alpha texture. Hello. Okay, so this is kind of what we want right here, right? This is iStock, so we'd have to pay for that. Or feel guilty about stealing. I don't like how it ends up here, but I guess we could fade that, but it's almost not, that's pretty cool, but it's also not like, not the waft of smoke we want. What is this? Wallpaper Safari? Totally hot. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if this this one concurrent viewer is actually me watching myself right now. Can you, my fellow lurker, prove me right or wrong? If the one concurrent viewer it's showing me is somebody in the channel, say hi. Or else I'll assume that the one concurrent viewer that I always see when I'm alone or just start the thing is myself watching it. I'm not even watching it on a separate tab. I'm watching it within my YouTube studio situation. I wonder if it considers that one viewer. All right, anyway, let's go back to here and Why do people sell these things? Why? A Dreams Time, a Shutterstock, a Pinterest, a Pixabay. Which one? What is that? That's not an alpha, by the way. This, my friends, is not an alpha. This has a light down here coming in. Not. Okay. It doesn't say it's an alpha, so I'm an idiot. I'm the one in the wrong. I'm searching alphas and it's bringing this up, and I thought it was being considered an alpha. Like, don't you have any free? Can I please has free? Free. These aren't free. Licensable. Here we go. Why do I fear this? It's not the one we wanted. Is this guy just teaching us how to do this? What? Do not sell my personal information. Double click to download this image. Double click? Who double clicks a picture, an image? I just want this. Why are you making it so hard? Free image download, search image. You can't double click it. You put. Wow. I hate these kinds of internet things. I hate it where you have to weed through and surf through what is the proper link. Where's my correct call to action button? Is this a PNG that is, see, no, that's a JPEG. I'm not even getting I'm gonna save this image. And it's gonna be with the checkers in the background, and it's gonna be absolutely useless to me. It's gonna be useless to me. But this is the what's up? Welcome to the channel, whomever you are. We're gonna throw the smoke on here. On our card. I do not believe it's an alpha, a PNG alpha with alpha. I think it's just a JPEG, and this guy was like trolling me on his website. We'll see. Hi. You feel like loading those shaders, Blender? Want to load those for me? Thanks. Don't want it now. All right, let's go to the object we had in question. Okay, and then we're going to isolate this. Now we can get shaders kicking. All right, we want to bring in an image text image. Hopefully we can pop the alpha right in there. We'll see. Let's go to CGI, textures, smoke, which I just did, and this is this. Look, yeah, I love it. Here, take my alpha. It's like, dude. Transparent smoke PNG image free download. Lies. The ones that are easily set up and obvious are actually paid ones on Shutterstock, and I hate the internet. Why is the internet designed around confusing people and misleading them into clicking on your ad? Why is that allowed? That should not even be allowed, where you're like, continue, click here to enjoy your download of what you want. But actually, it's not. It's a whole different program. Start download. Not what you wanted. Is this my download? Is this my download? It's ridiculous that that's what the internet is. Okay. I don't even know what these are. Like, what does it want me to do? Literally copy paste this into a new... These are the steps it wants me to take to get this as a legit image. Or is it fully scamming me? Took me to the same page I was already at. And if I take this and download this, it's a PNG. Let's see if this is Smoke 2. It can't. I'm not going crazy, right? This is not a transparency. This is actually has the grid on the background as a flat image, which is silly. I assume this alpha is not going to read this as an alpha. Because there is no alpha channel there. Let's make sure we're in rendered, and see if that makes a difference. You may render anytime you wish. Why is it thinking about so many things when it's just this? Ah, really? So that is legit? Blender with that situation set up will make this a legit alpha. Okay, so with that in mind, I apologize karmically to anyone out there. So, what I want to see is this. I'm going to save real quick. Save my work. Save my work. Save my work. Before I render. Whoa. It's going to render the whole thing. My bad. I wanted to do a render here. Just with these objects. Let's see if the smoke actually at all reads as smoke coming up from the cigarette. Let's move our... Maybe if we do a little emissive shader on there, right? Emission strength. 206. Let's do 5. Yeah, look at that. It is kicking out those little gray squares. I take back everything I said. All right, see you later. I just don't like that. I don't like can I just can I has my PC please? Oh my god, why is it taking so long? Can PNGs they can do see-through, right? let's see if the smoke plays. F12. Sneaky poo. Average watch time, 14 minutes. Let's see if Not fun. Okay, so we're just gonna do the old. Fuck did I do there? We're just gonna do the old. God dang it! Select a blender, then use hotkeys, or else you manipulate Chrome. Thank you. All right, we're just gonna do this. This right here needs to, the emission needs to go down to 0.2. Let's see if we can get this smoke looking halfway decent. I want, if anything, I can't. If anything, I'll just get it really, really subtle. If this particular smoke plume doesn't play, maybe we'll use a different smoke plume. God, it's hard to see what's going on there, but I see some smoke. It's a little unrealistic, like Leader Shoot Larry or something like that. I kind of want it to be see-through. There's no subsurface though because it's a plane. All right, let's do it again on this little square and see what we get. Do you know if you close the blinds in your house, your renders are faster? Do you guys know that? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Sold. That works. It's still CGE, but come on, so's my scene. Who am I kidding? We can live with that. We can live with her and her smoky treats. And we'll save that there. Do we want to add, we should add somebody that she's talking to. Let's add a third model. And this is all from the same site, the, what is it, free human rigged model. And then you go down to renderpeople.com. And these guys, these are, I already have Eric and, no, Aaron. And I don't know. But we don't have this person because we don't have this person yet. So let's add her as a third. Did I choose FBX? Yes, I did. As a third, and if you'll excuse me on the right, my other monitor, I'm gonna quickly. It's Carla and Eric thus far, and who's this? This girl was what? Oh, it's an unconfirmed download thus far. Get out of it. Claudia, I guess. Carla and Claudia. Okay. And we'll copy that over there to the news folder. We'll say goodbye to that browser. And we will throw Claudia in here, hanging out with the old Carla. Okay. Import Flix. What do we use? We use this one here. Don't know the difference. And she is naturally going to be a giant, so we chose to bring her down. Make them a little shorter. We're going to have her open up to camera a little bit. Chilling like a real man. Okay, they're both wearing pumps. Thank you, render people, for your corporate models. Full corporate. They're good though. I mean, they're decent quality, and the rig is simple enough. I wouldn't really want to, animate with this. This is just posing, obviously, because there's no FK, IK switching or flipping or doing anything. Okay, it's fully FK. It's not IK, is what I mean. So she's gonna be like, "Why are you smoking?" It's off-track betting, bitch. Everybody smokes. What pose do we want to put her in? First, let's save because we have it in place. I think we're gonna. It's the scene is blurred enough. Do you know that I've been wearing these headphones? I said I was gonna play music. I've been wearing these headphones for what, 10 minutes now. Didn't ever do that. Never got around to that. I've been wearing headphones just as sound canceling devices. Do you ever do that? Do you ever do that? Because I do. Let's get some music on for me. Unfortunately, not for you, or I'll be banned forever. I don't want to watch that commercial. Not feeling the epic music. I want a more meditative chill. I like the chill Blade Runner meditative ambiance. Okay, let's give it a go. Although it's not raining and this isn't really a dystopian place. So this girl's just chilling. Let's get her at least partially chilled. What I'm gonna do is what leg do we want her to lean on? Lean on me. Look at this. These legs go the opposite directions so you don't get confused selecting them both at the same time. Fucking clever. Okay. Do we want to drop her down first? So we can bend her knees now. I wish I knew the proper ways to do all this. What does this do? So this is just that jammer. Let's have her lean. Let's have her lean. Let's have her open this leg up. See, these are simple posed characters. I mean, this obviously would, you could do, other rigs would do different things, but this is fine. I want to see this. Yeah, that's nothing. So it's just the hip bone. Yep. We'll open that up a little bit. Let's have her, oh. I always feel like everything's unnatural if I leave the arms in a T-pose. No matter what I do to the legs and hips and try to build up a natural pose, I just can't ever feel like it's natural. Cause the T-pose with the arms are like, oh! So what is natural? Okay, well now at least we're doing something else here. So I want her leaning on her left foot, left leg. So what does the right leg do in that instance? It's kind of just opened up. We can even maybe open up this a little bit more. Didn't want that. There we go. Which way do we want her to be facing her? She kind of turned into her friend, right? That's not the one we want. That's it. That's unnatural is all get up. I will pose it on my hip. The go-to hip pose. Oops. What? Where is my... There we are. There. Find it. Ah! You're not going to see any of this crap, but I enjoy the practice. Fingers don't bend that way, so yep, just so you guys don't, so you guys know. Okay, Hello, it's so girly the way my hand is on my hip. Can't you see that? All right, so yeah, CG pose, CG character pose, check. Um, of course, you've got to have this hand up in a question, right? Oh. Ah! Where's her bicep? You know? Of course she knows. You got a cigarette for me? Okay. Um, let's render that puppy and see if let's add a few more things before we render it. I'm sure it's going to be cool. Works for me. You got an extra cigarette? Okay, so that doesn't really make sense. This telephone pole is super close to the... We can't have a street there. This is the alley, so of course, we'll just say this is the alley. This wouldn't be a street. So here, basically, past the billboard. The car is going to go in between those two. Somewhere in between us. So like right here, we have a car, maybe. Desto? I don't know. I forgot what is this. Yeah, is this one? Okay, cool. What is this supposed to be? Is this the we don't need this. Whatever it is. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Why isn't this zooming? Okay, thank you. All right, let's try to find the textures for this. What is it? It's calling itself map 5? Okay. Let's try to use Node Wrangler and see if that puppy works. We don't need AO. These are labeled weird, but maybe, yeah. The way they're labeled, I have to do the old school style. RGB, and then we'll have one for non-color data. This is this puppy right here. Let's get started with that. And then we will do a roughness. go to non-color so that we can now copy the non-color data. I assume this now is the... I should have just opened a new one. The metal. Never mind. I guess we're doing that. I'm blind. Unpack item. So weird. So I guess we are just gonna go find these every time. Yep. We'll do the normal. Yeah, those normals don't even do anything on the paint job at all whatsoever. I think it's a pretty lazy texture job, but I think it's quick. Or I'm doing it wrong. But it seems like the normals, maybe the height map, maybe there's... Maybe they want it to be a bump instead of a... It says N for normal though. Oh, that's why? Maybe non-color data. Maybe I am the crazy one. Oh, hey, graded godly, you came in and peaced out. I'm so sorry. Sorry, dude. I don't get anyone in here, and then somebody comes in and I miss their actual 2 comments, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay. Let's just put the glass texture on here. What do they have on there for the glass texture? I'm curious. They don't. What a weird way to texture stuff. Okay, we're just gonna it's not how I do it, right? So let's just put a glass texture on here. Make the roughness pretty low. And we're done. Does this? Okay, let's just make sure that let's make sure that the glass is parented to the car. All right. How embarrassing. Boy, that makes me want to have a cigarette. So let's decide where we want it. Nobody knows. I'm curious if I put this here though, like, are people going to think I'm making this a parked car or that it's a car that's driving by? And I'm not using motion blur. And I assume to use motion blur, you have to set up the animation for like frame A to frame B. How about this? How about frame 1 to frame, 50? or 20 and move it here. And then go to 20 and then render it, and that will have the motion blur. I think that's how motion blur works. Let's do this to make it more fun, right? First, let's save. We'll add 2 spotlights hitting the ground over here and see if it can illuminate. So it looks like a car with its lights on, and maybe people can assume it's moving, heading that direction, going. Okay, so ping pong. Nope. Nope. Lies. No. Let's see. Why can't I go to him? That's sad. But I can't like message somebody in chat personally, a DM, PM. All right, so we're rendering here, obviously. The car that we have in the background that we just added with the headlights raking into the ground, it's not really playing. It adds some depth and some stuff there, but it's not really playing. The cigarette smoke and the girl talking to the smoker works. This works. I'm okay with that. What's up? Welcome to the channel. I like it. Now, if I wanted to, I would have hoped that this light here, maybe I can put it closer to this, that this light would have kind of rim lit the car. And I would have also hoped to see the street lit up more brightly by the 2 spotlights here. Maybe we'll increase the strength of the spotlights. Maybe we are seeing it a little bit, but it's just not bright enough. I haven't done a trash pass yet. I need to do the classic beer bottle laying down, the crumpled can, a piece of paper, a little like debris pass. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I want to add a little bit of debris. I went online and I looked for some debris stuff, and the good debris is you have to pay for it. In terms of, I mean, I try to get free assets. Who doesn't? You know, if they're there to use for free, for portfolio work. I have no qualms about using free stuff. I don't need to make everything. But yeah, the debris, the good ones are paying, and there's like a $5 one that's pretty decent, and a $20 one that has a lot of crap. I don't want to buy a $20 garbage pack, but you know what? If I use it enough going down the line, $20 ain't too bad for an asset pack that you're gonna be using a lot. I haven't done anything with Kit Bash. I don't know if you've seen it or looked into it, or the one person in chat that I know you're lurking, talking right to you. Don't make this awkward. But like Kit Bash, these live streams are recorded also. Okay, I don't need you. I'm just kidding. I do need you. Can you hit the bell button and subscribe? No. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. It's good to have an asset pack. Kit bashing. That's right. I was talking. See, I worked. I got myself there. Kit bashing. I haven't bought any kits yet. I've gotten some free kits. Like I keep on this like on the loop of this ArtStation dude that passes out free kits every now and then or something. All right, let's see the post-production noise reduction denoise kick in here and see what we think of. This is only 300 samples, so it is kind of noisy. Usually I render at 5,000 samples for my final render, but cool. Yeah, and here you can see pretty well. Probably be better when we have higher samples, maybe even render at 4K for the last render. You can see it's a car. However, it is confusing a little bit. Like, is the car in motion? Is the car parked? I'm not seeing the headlights on the ground, so it looks more like a parked car, doesn't it? And it makes sense because the back alley would have some parked cars there. Home slice left. Solid 8-minute average viewership. We got this, guys, dude. This is easy peasy. I like this moth. These moths around the light are cool, right? You would agree, I would agree. Pretty groovy. I was gonna make the light source radius a certain, I forgot, I mean, I was messing around. So I could get maybe the shadow of a moth on the wall for, or even on the ground, right? I mean, that stuff happens, right? If a moth quickly goes right up to the light, and the light radius here is going to be a certain size, small enough, I think small, or it's small, that makes sharp shadows. Instead of sharpshooter, sharp shadows. And we can get, like, that's how life works, right? If a moth was up here, right touching, you might get a full like shape of the moth on the ground. I'm not saying I'm going that route. That's an extreme route, but I have this Virgil's 24-hour off-track bedding, which is, you know, a little out of focus, which is what we want. I have it split here in the graphic design with a blue top. This is actually split in the graphic design, but the emission shader and how I worked it in the end killed all that, killed the white-blue split of this sign. I don't know if I want to fix that or not. Pardon me. Welcome to the Off-World Colonies, a chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and adventure. Let's go to the colonies. Cool? Yeah. We can save this as a. We'll save it as. We'll save it as we'll save it as 20. I gotta start switching over to using IES profiles and light color temperature kelvins that are proper. I've been eyeballing my tungsten and whatnot, and you know, it's probably a good idea. Not that all tungsten lights are the same. There's definitely different color temperatures, so I don't need to get it exact, but it's nice to look that up, like if I wanted to. Excuse me, that's boring. I'm just kidding. If I wanted to find out what an old school headlight color temp Kelvin would be, maybe I would get an answer that would be pleasing. All right, so we cranked those up, right? Both of them. We cranked both of them up, right? That is 500 watt, 200 watt. No, okay, so 498 watt, because we don't want it to be exact. And this might kick on this tree a little bit too. Still not totally satisfied whether this. What if we put the car more here? It would be less likely to look like it's parked. Get out of it. Still, what's the most pleasing spot? Boy, that looks so much closer. This telephone pole is like miles away from that, but here it looks so close. Let's render that. See where we're at, and we also want to start parenting things that deserve to be parented to one another, right? Of course, we just saved and then unable to pack the file. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's do the lights and then active car and do the lights. So now everything is parented to the car. And let's there's no light over there, but there should kind of be, right? I kind of want to now make this light go over here. So it's going to kick a little rim light on that, maybe 750 watts. Let's give it a smoky go on this one and see how that shakes out. It's like, I've got to be interesting. This is recording. I've got to be interesting. My therapist would say, you're good enough. You're enough. I actually don't have a therapist. But I should have a therapist, probably. Especially in these days and age. Days and age. Days age. Dude comes in and throws a nice compliment bomb. And I miss it. I feel terrible. He's gone. He's pieced. Out. Oh man, he was a ninja. Okay, the car is lit. We've got lights that are now lighting the headlights do play. Still no motion blur, but I'm okay with that. We have bokeh from the camera blur, lens blur, focus blur, whatever. Adding motion blur to that might just get all crazy. I don't know how that would play. But this puppy's moving. I mean, of course, depth of field is different than radial blur or motion blur or stuff, but this might play as a moving car going by. We're making the city look more alive. I believe it. It's a bumpin' city now. It's turning into. It's not quite bumpin' yet. It's doing something. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I add volumetrics, a volume cube, to my scene here. Will that improve it? Will it be worth the cost of render? I mean, you don't always have to have atmospherics, do you? Not every space has atmospherics. The atmospherics I'm kind of adding into this is kind of like the depth of field, right? That's kind of an atmospheric thing. I know it's different, but I'm using atmosphere in a different way. But like the depth of field is adding a lot of depth, which is what atmosphere does also, right? Now, if I added a slight volume fog to this scene, would that be good?
Maybe.
I know, dude. I muted on purpose. Andy, what's up? Yeah, I muted on purpose. I was being super sweet to my girlfriend. I was being so nice. Simp, stop that. Stop using words created by millennials who have no idea what life really is. Okay, so we're gonna. Here's where we're at, Andy. Check it out, man. Pretty cool, right? Getting there. Getting close. Getting close. So I feel like I don't want to. I wanted to add a few debris bits and trash bits to here, to the floor. Not too many, not overboard. I wanted to. I'm going to try some atmospherics right now, some atmospheric fog, just a subtle amount to add some atmosphere to the atmosphere. No, dude, I had muted it. I had muted it because I was talking to Augie for a second. Yeah. And check it out. We added some moths, some dope moths up here. I think they play nicely. Off chat betting. We got a smoker and her friend, and a car going by, and I'm gonna see if I can add this this volume. First, we want to do is go to this. We're gonna name it volume, and we are going to go to its viewport properties. Viewport display, and we're going to make it wired at all times. Horse. What? You know what I want to do also, since I'm here and I'm looking at it? We're going to make these 650, these headlights. 650. He's got his high beams on. Okay, we gotta go to shading. Dude, you're gonna switch to... What are you doing? Come on, Blender. I can live with material preview here, I think. Let's go to volume. New texture volume, fog or whatever. And all right, let's see let's see what the volume fog is going to do to our render there, the difference. Blah, blah, blah. Slot 1. Let's go to slot 2 and do a renderoony on that. Bye, Andy. What's up? What's up? We're gonna render any moment now. Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. And since we added a volume fog to the scene, this is gonna be dramatic and way too high noise. But I wanted to get a feel for how everything's gonna play from what I built to adding a volume fog, a volume, volume atmosphere around the whole scene. And the volume fog is light blue. I might tone that down a smidge too. Obviously the density needs to go down some. Okay. Okay, Andy, you're the one hanging out. Thank you, man. Yeah, can you do me a favor and keep your computer on my stream 24/7? Did you say you played VR? You're playing VR? What headset do you have? Do you have Index, Oculus? I hear that new, although I do want an Index, a Valve Index, that's probably the choice I'd get. I hear that new one, G2 something or whatever, has like the best resolution, and is actually, it doesn't have as good of a wideness. I think your view field. Why can't I think of the name of that? Anyway, PS. Okay, you have the PSVR. That's cool. I played Biohazard on the PSVR, and I really enjoyed that. That was an awesome VR experience. Wish I had more time to sit down because I was playing it with my old boss, and I was his PA, and he was like, I was just at his house most of the time, and every now and then I'd be doing nothing and using his rig, but I always felt like I couldn't just chill and do my own thing. I was like just kind of rushing through and kind of force enjoying myself. But that was fun. Biohazard is fun. How's the Star Wars Squadrons? Are you getting? Do you get? I imagine PSVR. You might get sick, a little sickaroonie on that. No. Too much play. Is the frame rates good? Is there too much motion blur and weirdness? See, what I'm afraid of also on low sample renders where I've got this really powerful denoiser on, the super denoiser is going to try to denoise all this, and it's going to really blur out a lot of information around here. So when I do a final render on one of these kind of things, I have to put it up to like 10,000 and set up some adaptive sampling. And yeah, that's what I was seeing too, is some of the ships, which I guess are, canon to the universe. Some of the ships had some really small field of view. That's the word I was thinking of, right? Look at that, the word field of view coming into two separate things. The actual portal of some of the ships, right, and the windows are, the field of view is like minimized, and some of them have larger windows. And I saw some of the streamers streaming it, and it looked like the ships that had. Are you gonna throw up? Are you sick? Are you a vampire? Yeah. Anyway, it's certainly putting the volume fog on the scene absolutely triples the time of the rendering. Double, triples. Just zone out to the render. I'm listening to Blade Runner sound effects as a soundtrack with just ambient Blade Runner rainy. Come to the off-world colonies, a chance to begin again. Yeah. Yep, a lot of people do, right? Hmm. I don't get too motion sick. I think it happened to me once. I forget what game it was. This was an early VR title, though, on PSVR. The very first VR rig I put on was kind of like ruined it for me for so many other things because it was a dude who was hardcore into it. This is like 5 years ago, though. 6 years ago. Oh, there goes my camera. Battery dead. So let's switch over to the webcam. I gotta figure a way to get my see if we can fix this on the fly. All right, that's my webcam. Okay. So this dude, had a Elite Dangerous. He had a PC build with a VR system. I think it was the Oculus something at the time. He had a cockpit built in his living room with a racing chair. Oops. Racing. I'm talking to the wrong camera. I gotta get my. Dude, I'd not be a good newscaster. I'd be like, today in the news, the five people. My story will get told. Elite Dangerous cockpit racing chair HOTAS situation. I get down. He's like, "Go ahead, man," and he loads me up in this in the PC, and I sit down and I get this HOTAS in this cockpit, and I've got and then he loads up Elite Dangerous, which I've never seen before at the time, and I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" And I flew, and he had me take off out of the hangar and fly out real slowly, and it was cool, man. I was like, yes, 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 we're winning. We're winning on the VR front. I haven't played Alex yet. The biggest one I want to play is Alex. I need to find a friend who's got the Index and Alex. Okay, so here we are. Look at this. See, issues. Serious issues with what just happened there. My volume fog. My volume fog got destroyed by the super noise denoiser. Because I do not have the volume pass on. Gosh darn it. Do it again. Let's see the difference. We got to sit through that again, but I have to check mark that and see what it does. But anyway, it was just the most amazing thing to be in the HOTAS, controlling the HOTAS. And so immersive. We're rendering again. I'm gonna close Photoshop out. This was the cigarette smoke I was working on earlier. Did you they don't have Boneworks for PSVR, right? Do they? Have you tried Boneworks? Dude, that camera battery. It's DSLR battery. Hey, Augie Duke. This guy has camera battery for a webcam. It looks good, but man, it only lasts an hour. Because I can't, I not only. Um, the plug here doesn't have a it has this AV out digital HDMI, a mic, the battery slot, and the card opener. There isn't a spot for me to I wonder if I get an adapter for the AV out digital that can be like a phantom power as well. Do you know what I mean? You never bone worked? Apparently it's like the other cool VR that gives Alex a run for its money. But everybody, I'm so glad that everybody that played Alex was pleased by it. Can you imagine if it came out and it was just garbage and everyone hated it and they're like, this is sad. Where's Valve? They suck. But Valve came back and is like, we can make some magic. We still got it. Dude, all the old fogies, they're not even really old. They're like just barely older than me. Late 40s are the people that own Valve. They're still in the company. They're still owning the company, running the company, most of them. But they certainly have hired a lot of young, talented whippersnappers in Valve. That I would love to work at Valve. But I grew up, man, watching Valve, Andy? Because it's just me and you, dude. You grew up, remember, growing up watching Steam evolve? The platform Steam, and everyone was like, I love it, I hate it, I love it, I hate it. It was such a back and forth, but I think I've always been a backer of Steam. I thought it was an amazing platform that changed PC gaming to its core in a good way, in a positive way, including Valve being attached to Steam, obviously. The company and Steam are just absolute benefit to PC gaming. And competitive wise, they're inspirational and competitive. Valve has always been. This render, device CUDA, this render's not working. The render didn't work. Okay, so what we wanted to mainly try again is we the super denoiser is now going to use a volumetric pass. Because last time we did this, it ignored the volume pass and or it smeared the fog noise completely out, because the fog at only 500 samples is going to be, at nighttime fog is going to be intense noise, and that its super denoiser was confused. It was like, I'm getting rid of all of it. Who's gabbing? Dude, you're way like ahead of the pop culture curve than I am, Andy. I have no idea what the cool kids are doing these days, but you're on. I think you got your finger on the pulse, don't you? I'm serious too. The importance map is going to take a while. Hopefully our we don't have like a weird CUDA driver issue again. I think that's what happened last time with the render. The importance map does take a long time to, because it's important. Gabin, oh yeah. Of course. Yes. Big dude, looks like Jerry from Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia. That's Gavin, right? Yeah. I mean, he's done though. That dude has made $1 billion. Chilling. Just chilling, walking around in loose linen slacks. Barefoot if he wants. Maybe some really nice slippers. But then still has like a nerdy t-shirt on of something. Still gets beard dandruff all over his chest. Halfway through the day, his personal assistant has to come and wipe it off. If they forget, they're fired. Yeah, I mean, what a career, right? What a career. There's been, like Basinski, fucking JB, what BJ? BJ, what? His name? Basinski of Epic, of old Epic. He was rad for a while, right? His last fling into the foray was the Overwatch style game with like zero gravity bits. Man, that was cool looking and kind of fun to play, but dude, it failed hard. It was just too much. It was too. What was that called? Load. Ricochet, reloaded. Anyway, failed. And then he had Jeff Bowalski, but I'm not even going to Google it. I mean, I could Google it, but and be a genius because Google. But anyway, Radical Heights, man. I thought Radical Heights was a really fun BR, unlike other BRs, and my friend and I played it a lot, and it was fun, and it was just different. And man, he lost on that. He failed on that one too. And then he basically stopped designing games and is like, I guess I don't have my finger on the pulse anymore of the gaming community. even though he was considered a badass. Lawbreakers was the one that was like really high production value, Overwatch quality shooter with, you know, gaming elements in 5v5 or whatever. Lazinski. Yeah. What was his nickname? Why am I losing my mind? Something Cliffy B. God. Why couldn't I remember that? Anyway, Radical Heights and Lawbreakers failed, and so Cliffy B, like the rock star that he was in gaming, for the goodwill rock star, just failed after just gave up. What, like 7 years ago? 5 years ago? When did Radical Heights get shut down? The servers, they were like, we're stopping Radical Heights because the whole thing was an early access kind of BR. I guess it wasn't making the money that it wanted in. It was a free game, but you had to pay for cosmetics or whatever. It wasn't a game breaking pay to win, it was just cosmetic, and I guess they just, I don't know, the company couldn't even finish the game. And even though the game was super cool, it's still like the level design and detail and love in the art of the game was. Do you know what sucks about these conversations, Andy? Is you don't get to talk very much. You know, it feels weird. Like a streamer's conversation is weird. It's just, I just blah 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 blah, read chat. Yep, you know what? I'm gonna talk about what you just said. Blah 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 blah. It's like such a weird thing. All right, let's see if the new Super Denoiser with the volumetric pass checked on this time. Let's see if it can interpret this noise slash volumetric fog and make it volumetric foggy without removing it or smearing it. What? I don't think you know what that word means, Andy. You keep on using that word. I do not think you know what it means. Inconceivable! The last thing I am is a simp. Dude, I am a neckbeard white knight simp. Well, aren't they all simps? White knights and neckbeard? I don't know. They're all white knight, neckbeard, simp. They're all annoying words. All right, let's see. Fingers crossed. Let's see what our volumetrics do. It's still compositing. Literally. Okay, that's slot 2. That's slot 1. Slot 2, volumetrics. Slot 1, no volumetrics. You can't use a denoiser when you have that many volumetrics. You can't. Even with that selected, I'm gonna have to kick, with those volumetrics, I'm gonna have to kick the render up to like 10. That zinned. I don't know. Isn't simp like who just sticks up for a girl just so they can get like laid or just so they can get feel good about themselves, how they treat women. I don't do that. No, I don't. But I try to be nice to her because I love her. But I don't simp for her, whatever that means. It's just one of those words. Yeah, that volumetric, man. Not doing anything for me. Not doing a damn thing. I might do a test. I'm not gonna fuck with it right now. But I'll do a test before I go to bed of 10,000 samples rendering the fog. Um, we're gonna turn off the volume for now. The image looks good anyway without it. I mean, is that adding a layer of interest? Or is it just killing things? Like, it doesn't even, adding the volume doesn't even make it look like there's more. Because I still feel like the super denoiser is just killing it. I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I'm done thinking about that. Denoise each render pass separately. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna export data as an FBX. Street, we're gonna say hero street. We'll do street hero selected objects. Let's go into Substance Painter. Since I'm having trouble getting like alphas and working alpha cracks into the ground here. Maybe we can get somewhere further if we take one of these portions, one of these three portions, and in the center, you can already see there's cracks here, but I'm trying to create like a deeper, like one deeper crack. and see if we can get that going. Now, what texture does this have on it? Streets. Hmm. I had no idea how this is going to work. That's what I thought. I knew this wasn't going to be as easy as I wanted it to be. Oh. Yeah, that didn't look like it did squat. Hmm. Looking for a crack. Why wouldn't they have like pre-made concrete cracks and whatnot? Why? What? Substance painter, why wouldn't you? Doesn't that seem like a no-brainer? Other than these cracks. Like, I don't want that. I want like a crack with some, like a hole with some cracks coming off of it, and duh. Includes randomness. Dynamic stroke compatible. I mean, I don't really want to go in and try to do my own like heavy crack work. I'm not that kind of artist. um, what the heck is that? And this could all look kind of crap, but we're gonna do it. Give me some time to get this right. Get this right. So let's go in here, and on the top, let's add a smart mask. Dirt cavities. We're really not going to see much there, because we want this normal map here to be an anchor point. Then we go to the mask. Micro details are on good, and micro, we call these height. We're not using that, so anchor point, this, base channel, height. That's what we want. I don't know what the roughness is though. I feel like I'm gonna be. We're not gonna use the roughness. We'll keep the roughness of whatever the roughness they had. Let's do one more of those. Oh, that's right. Duh. We have to tell it to use the high channel. I don't know about these. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. It's like, what am I doing? All right, there we go. Let's try. I think this butts up against. I think that butts up against the wall, so we're good there. I just want to see if this works. This might be a fail. Those are all four. Oh my god, it's putting all the rocks. All of the rocks. Funny. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's go to shading. All the particle rocks got picked up and everything's in 4K textures. Okay, so there's his old crack, which is one crack. I know, man. It's true. I'm not. So we're gonna replace everything. Not what we wanted to do. We're gonna create a second street here. This is a second street, the streets hero. We didn't want to change the emission. Get out of it. We want the albedo changed. Uh-huh. Let's change the specular. Got his roughness specular. I assume it's about the same thing. Oh. Wait a second. What? Specular. Specular. This is metallic. Wow. Boy, that just putting that in the normals. I don't like this the way it looks anyway. Certainly doesn't look great. Right, when that fucking thing is in there. Hijo. Let's get rid of that. No, not that one. What? Dude, what are you doing? This one, you are going to take that material. You are going to take this material. Forget I did anything. Oh my god. I mean, I guess it just didn't transfer as well. I didn't realize it changed the color that much. Get away from me. You bother me, kid. Roar, what's up, man? Roar. Roar. How you doing, man? This is what we're working on, actually, for the reel, on the reels. Just me and Andy are hanging out, you know. Andy, dude, you want to be a moderator? Check this out. Check how cool this out is. Check how rad this is. Add moderator. Andy, I just added you as a moderator. Like that. Because you're like already my IRL friend who's coming to my stream. You instantly get moderator, dude. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're not going to work on any thick cracks. But you know what we could do? We could add a few more. A few more rocks to that. That's fine. Let's save where we're at right now. Special horsepowers now. Look at you. Is that what that wrench is a moderator thing with you? And you have a blue name? I bet you feel good right now, don't you? Because if this dude Roar, this one other dude in the stream, turns out to be a real pain, you can just boot him for me. Just kidding, Roar. I'm sure you're 100% cool. You're here in a Blender stream. Of course you are. So, what do we want? What do we want? What do we got? What do we want? What do we got? Let's add some trash. Let's add, do you know what I have? Do you know what I have? If I could find this. Yes. Let's see if these cans that I had already made are actually rendered. I mean textured. Yes. Dude pieced out already. He's like, I might get banned. I'm out. I have to remain squeaky clean. My records are impeccable. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to take these things, right? Look at that. Don't know why it would be doing that. Wow, look at how much. Look at how much. All right, watch this. That thing is like dense. Thing is thick, Andy. So let's modify this. Let's decimate this geometry and see if we can keep the quality of the I'm gonna break down to 0.1% of the polygon count currently on it and see what happens to things. Let's apply that decimation. Why does it have fluid on it? Oh, that's right, because I had fluid particles on it. We don't need those fluid particles. It doesn't need to be a fluid flue. This doesn't need to be a fluid flue either. Neither does this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dude. Thick. Damn chick. Damn, she hick. She a hick. Alright, I want to get rid of that fluid. I want to get rid of that fluid too. And why is there a cloth there? That shouldn't be cloth either. That was weird. Okay, what is the level in which it decimated this? Weird. What? Let's do that. Let's decimate that again to 0.1% of its current poly count. Let's apply that. There we go. Now we're talking. So now what we can do is, let's see if we can get any, ooh, there is no way to do that. So what we're gonna do is crush a can. Get it. Look at that. That is styling and profiling. Look at that. That looks amazing. The topography is just impossible to work with because I decimated it. I wonder if I wait, is it remesh or retopo? We're not going to see these very well, but I would like some more detail up there for creep's sake. Yes, Octane didn't do it, did it? What is this doing? What is that doing? It didn't do anything, did it? What does this do? Poked it. Here we go. What if I apply that? What does this remesh look like? Does this allow me to, yeah, ring around the rosy? Sweetness. Let's, I've never created a dent in anything really before, so, trying to think about how to do this. I mean, obviously this is not how you do it, but, yeah, that new remesh did not take the texture, but we don't need the texture to be that. It thinks it's that texture, but it's not. Is that really what you're just gonna look like for me? What if I don't buy that? What if I don't buy this? What if I don't? Stick with me here, stick with me. This is gonna look amazing, guys, from far away. This is not a hero can. We'll put a normal can and then a dented can. We won't highlight the dented can, I promise. Why are you in the same world as my other one? Why? Not at all what I wanted to do. Okay. You are going to what does it say? Remove material slot, edit mode. No. We're gonna get rid of. What if we do assign to that, and then we do a select invert, and we do assign to that. Did we get what we want? Did we get something happening? I just want the top to be, yeah, there we go. That's fine. This is fine. And we'll angle this in such a way that it's not going to showcase the worst side of this. So let's get out of, oh, look at that. It retextured that one too. We won't use that. Andy, you want to go play some Overwatch? So I can get tilted? Okay, so we'll leave these. Actually, we don't want to leave these anywhere. We're gonna put them next to our other kind of painting items. Yo, dude. It's just Mike in Steam. He wants me to go play some Tarkov with him. How big is a can? And don't lie to me. We're gonna say a can is that big. Know what I mean? Let's copy that can. I want a can right there. That's where I want it, and it's cursor to grid. Interesting. Interesting. It's not where I wanted it. There we go. That's good. Let's do a delete. No. Yep. Pretty much. Let's do a 90 degrees there. Let's do a bam. Easy peasy. Now let's get the Coke can, which is not decimated, but we're gonna just decimate it. We're not gonna bend it. We're just gonna decimate it because right now it is ripe with polygons. Yeah, you wanna do some quick watch? I could do that. I could have some fun there. Let me just finish up this and then I'll render and we'll play some Overwatch. I gotta keep thinking. Decimate. I like how when you decimate, unsubdivide. Maybe that's what I want to do. It has 402,000 faces right now. Let's unsubdivide by 2 iterations. Okay, that went down to 100,000. Let's do a 3. Cool, it's tweaking our texture a little bit, but we're still okay, I think. Yeah. And let's apply that decimation. We were super thick on the polys, and now we're... See, look though, it creates this weird, like, German window diamond. But it's fine, it's decimated. Look at that though. This is really not considered that well decimated. We're gonna decimate that again because we don't really care. Let's collapse it instead to 0.1 and show it how it's done. Okay, now we apply that, and there's going to be a lot less. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's very workable. All right, so shrink it down to can size. And to remember that it's can size, or to reference that it's can size, we're going to put it next to the other can. We eyeballed it, and we say, no, we're going to do a little bigger. A little bigger. Cool, cool. Okay, it's there. It's going to stay there. And then we're going to do another one right here. We're going to rotate this puppy, though, on the freakadeek. Yep. And we don't want to show Coke off, really, but freakadeek. We're going to rotate this on the freakadeek. I can just literally talk to myself all day long, I swear to God. Okay, let's rotate on the local and stop being a little punk about everything. Dude, tell me something. Are those cans too small for his hand? Yes, they are. That is, looks like for his hand, that would be a Foster's. I'm just kidding. This would Australian for beer. I'd say the Coke can should be that big. These both need to get bigger. Now I don't know. I need to reference now, because we're happy with that size, but we got to make sure that these are. Let's go back to global and make sure that these are the size of this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's save our work, freaky deek, and pick my ear on live stream. And then let's, what change else did we want to make? What I wanted for freak effect, for a cool thing going on. I want to try it. I'm gonna try putting one of these right by the light. See if that does anything to the shadows. And now we're gonna render See what's up. Dude, looks like my stream is totally jacked. It's not matched up. Maybe it's because I'm actually rendering right now, watching my playback at 1080. That's probably what it is. Or is it my playback? I don't know. I think stream health. Excellent, it says. Shall I believe what YouTube is telling me? Oh, I need to eat something. Got my teeth deep cleaned today. Got some couple of shots in Novocaine in there. Ugh. I was sore. Dude, my whole chin was like numb. I felt like it was like, ah. I was like, if I licked my lip, I didn't know, it felt so weird. Still feels a little weird. Yeah, dude, it is, isn't it? The importance map. I have a lot going on in the scene now. And the importance map, once that kicks in, really, let's start kicking out decent fast. This is only 700 samples also. Like when I do the final render to put to my portfolio, I'll probably do like 5 to 10,000 samples with adaptive sampling on. But like, yeah, the initial get-go, I assume, because if it crashed, it would say something like something's wrong with the CUDA. I'll close all these out. They're probably not helping the cause. I assume this isn't broken. I'd hate to wait again for that. Updating lights. Importance map. I'm closing it out. It seems to be taking too long. A new life awaits you on the off-world colonies. A chance to begin again in the golden land of opportunity and adventure. Let's go to the colonies. You're so sexy. Okay, come on. Yeah, it was wigging out. Blender was like, Whoa, Windows crashed. That's not a good thing. Is my stream gonna crash? There's no way my stream keeps going when Windows is like defeating itself. So Blender just shit the bed. Okay, that's fine. Is our stream still up? All right, let's try this render one more time here. Let's see what happens. Yeep. Yeah, I think we're good now. I think my stream is like, I feel like 30 seconds ahead. Or maybe not 30 seconds, but. It's rendering again, so my computer might be doing the old choppy McDroppy. I'll chop your drop frames. Yeah, it's looking like the importance map is just going to take a long time here. But I think that only happens on frame 1, like on the, there we go, yeah, much quicker. Yeah, my frame's definitely the buffering on the whatever. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I don't think this scene needs atmospheric fog. We can do a test render of it and set up, crank up, like go to sleep and have like a 7-hour render of like 10,000 samples. Because we don't want to use the super denoiser with the atmospheric fog at night. Man, does it just kill all the, it can't, it just is not working for me. Even with the volume pass turned on, so we just have to get rid of all the noise that created by the atmospheric fog at night in lights. And it's probably my point lights too. That's what one of the things is. The point light that's built into my main light here, I think is terribly optimized to atmosphere. The point lights are very, very noisy. But I have a point light and a spotlight in the scene coming out of the main light, and that's being super noisy. Cool. Can looks good. I know that's such a small detail, but I added that little can there, a couple other cans. It works. I might want to like move it over here and turn it just a smidge so it's like this instead of like this, so it's like coming out of his ankle. Oh, Theffin, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Much appreciate that. Some FM. Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah. Didn't I stop by your stream and talked about your Som FM and asked you that question? Is that was you? Yeah, I barely, dude. I barely used on one of my streams in the past, the second one or third live stream I did. It was pretty early. It was 3 days ago. I used a little bit of music as like, hey guys, here's what I'm listening to for a second, and just let it jam for just a minute or so, and it got flagged and it got copyrighted and it got banned in some countries or something like that. Yeah, exactly, dude. Dude, you did a 24-hour stream too, man. Didn't you do a 24-hour stream? Oh my god. And that's why I was like, oh, this guy knows something I don't. Sweet. Because I like some FM. I mean, I used to listen to Groove Salad and Drone Zone for years back in, like, years ago for, oh man, I used to work with that shit all the time. And right now, I'm listening, but you can't hear it. Blade Runner meditative ambiance. But unfortunately, you guys can't groove with me on that. But yeah, anyway, my stream got some of it got canceled, but then they reneged on it, and I think it's still available. I don't know, but I can't do that anymore. And you know what? I've looked a little bit into streams that streaming services or things that you can do that are like, this is free music that is DMC free and blah blah blah, no worries. And it's not really the music I like. Yeah, to Drone Zone and Groove Salad. Yep. I go to sleep to stuff like this. This is the meditative, the Blade Runner thing is like rain in the background with the Blade Runner soundtrack floated in with some sound clips from the movie. That sucks, dude, because I was like, I didn't want to be like weird about it. But I was gonna be like, this dude might get smacked for DMCA here, just jamming willy nilly to Drone Zone. Because if it seemed that easy, I was like, ooh, Drone Zone's a green light, sweet. I'm made in the shade with a glass of lemonade. But nope, you got hit, bro. Thanks for stopping in and telling me. That means a lot. That does mean a lot. I appreciate that. You were working on architectural stuff. What it looked like was like you were fleshing out I don't want to say Google SketchUp, but like it seems like you were like a Google Maps, you were fleshing out a city, and like as if you would submit cities to Google Maps for them to upload for the 3D element. Sleep Research Facility. Hey, Stephen LeBurge is the king of lucid dreaming, and he's got several books, good books, and he's from the Sleep Research Facility, right? But I'm sure that has nothing to do with Stephen LeBurge. Sweet. Sleep Research Facility. Say that fast 5 times. So here we go. Here's the scene, and the denoise is kicked in. Super denoiser is kicked in, and for 500 samples, it looks pretty good. I'm really happy with our trash can. Our cans here look pretty good. The rocks are looking good. Moths look good. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. I'm totally happy with this illuminating Virgil's 24-hour off-track betting sign. I love the sign. I love the concept. I love everything about it, except the emission might be a little too flat. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's just how life is with emission shaders. Grasson looking good. The street is still a little too clean. Too cleany, plastically looking. That's one of the things I would say. Nostromo. Nice. Hmm. From the alien ship. Blender OSM add-on. So is that what you do? Is it like contributing to Google Earth? Because that's what it looked like. It looked like you were building off satellite stuff, or what could have been like a flat image satellite map, and you were building like. I thought they normally did that with like like Hero. I mean, like the Eiffel Tower. If you go to Google Earth or Bing or whatever they do, and like certain modelers will model in detail the hero buildings of the city, but most buildings are rudimentary, and they use projection maps, right? But hero buildings can be done um, higher quality. All right, so let's save this. I'm gonna save this as the iterative 20, the 20th image we've saved. And it's fun to go through and sort of see your iterative process, right? This is where we started. This is our very first image. Here we go. We're going to be moving down the line here. Where are we going? Look at that change there. Adding this light in and doing a whole different lighting shift really made it some cool shit happen. Just like a rendered pencil drawing, adding that had more glare in it then, but I wanted to read it. I felt like maybe I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll go back to increasing the emission of this a little bit more so it gets a glare. Right now it's set up so it's not getting a glare, but you can't read Virgil's 24-hour OTB, but I guess as long as you see the OTB and the horse, those who know. This guy's like, look at it. He's like, I'm going for the door. I'm getting the door. I'm grabbing the door. My arm is moving. I just didn't like this hand, this arm, like his hand and the way his arm was, and then I changed it to this, and that liked it a little better, didn't it? And these guys, I added the chick smoking and her friend, and that is our last one. Where we're at. Wow, that's amazing, dude. If you're still here, I don't know if you're still here because there's only 2 viewers right now. That would be cool if you make a little FPS from it. At least, at least maybe you could pick an FPS game that's already out there that has custom maps being designed for it already, like Unreal Tournament or who knows, Diabolical. Anything that's kind of happening and still being actively developed for in terms of community maps, and make it for that map. I mean, making your own FPS is a whole different thing, but if you can offer the map up as a SDK kind of thing, or drop it in, export it into an SDK and then drop it into Gary's Mod or Half-Life or whatever. Oh, you're still here. Cool, man. Hey, thanks, dude. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've been. This is my 4th day of. Yeah, Half-Life 2, exactly, man. This is my 4th day of streaming on YouTube, and I'm just giving it a go. And so I've been going out and like searching Blender Live, see who's doing what and when and what, and you came up, so I was just checking you out. a bit, and that's awesome to see just how many people are doing like different things. And yeah, that's a dedication, man. That project you're working on, that's dedication. Well, that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, what did you think? I mean, I don't know the. Yeah, that's funny, Stefan. Right on. I would recommend for you that I'd definitely get a. I might drop the camera and get a microphone. Definitely get a mic. Just you can chat to people. I think is a cool thing to do. But I understand. I get it. Yeah, there's anxiety, dude. For sure. It's weird. I'm an actor and I work in the film industry and I've been in a lot of movies. And when I stream, I still get nervous. I'm like, oh, there's 12 people here. 12 people. Yeah. It's funny though. You watch. One way to conquer that, by the way, is just have a couple beers. Have a glass of wine, a couple beers. Loosen right up. Highly recommended. Or, a little smoky treat, whatever you do, whatever you partake. But actually, the smoky treat might make you more paranoid or anxious. Anyway, I digress. This online community is so weird. It's what I was saying is you see somebody like Summit or somebody on Twitch or somebody like who's got Doc Disrespect or people like that who have 60 to 100, 200,000 people watching them sometimes, depending on what's going on. And they just act like chill. It's just like so chill. They're just like nothing. They're just like, it's like 5 people are in the room or 200,000 people are in the room watching them. They act the same. I don't understand it. Like, I think that's awesome. I guess you get used to it. I guess you have to. You can't watch somebody that's like super excited about how many people are in the room. You gotta just be, I guess, James Dean about it, no matter what, and hope for the best. Get canceled? What do you mean? The unedibility of it, yeah. The live stream is cool. I like that too. And you know what? People are saying, I've had already people come and say, hey, are you going to make a tutorial out of this? And I'm like, dude, no, this is my live stream. I've been working on this build for 4 days now, from scratch, 4 days. So you can go back and watch. I know there's like there's a 6 hour stream, there's a 7 hour stream, there's a 3 hour stream, there's a 1 hour stream, there's a 2 hour stream, there's a 3 hour. But I get here, right? And if you want to go through all that content, you're welcome to, and you can fast forward. There's a lot of times I get up and leave. I leave my stream on, and I get up and leave and make lunch and come back. Probably not the best tactic, but it's just like, I don't have somebody bringing me food. I don't have, I'm trying to keep a stream going. I got to do stuff, use the bathroom. And so people are going to have to fast forward past all that kind of stuff and kind of get to me working. There is a lot of times where I do work and talk my way through the techniques for people that care or might want to know. Oh, right. Yeah, I know. Well, freedom of speech is one thing. Inciting insurrection is a different thing altogether. I mean, I don't know if Joe Blow, I'm not getting political. I don't do politics or religion here, but we're not even going to go there. So maybe we will do, just to keep a, let's because it was a little bit more fun with a bit of a glow there. So let's go back to our emission shader, and it's a 2 right now. Let's bring it up to a 3, and see if we can get at 5. We had bloom, we had glare at 5. 2 didn't have any. Let's try 3 because I want to get just the slight amount of glare. Let's try 3.5. Let's split the difference there. See if we can get some glare going there. Instead of doing the whole scene, let's do a render region here and see what we get. A Parlor account. I've never had a Parlor account. Don't even know what a Parlor account is, to be honest. I wouldn't say, by the way, Theffin, that getting canceled, that's he who shall not be mentioned getting banned was nothing. Was over nothing. All right, let's see the post-production kick in and see if we get any glare on there. Bloom, so to speak, as the word is, bloom and glare. There we go. There we did. We got a little glare. That's what I wanted. Just a little subtle bloom coming off of the emission shader. This emission shader too was actually split. The design of this was blue up top and cut in half. It was like a blue paint, like a slightly blue paint, and then there's the white paint, and then it was emission shader behind it. But the blue got totally killed by the emission shader. My dog is going crazy. So cool, we got that there. It sucks that little render region took over my slot. But that's okay. Let's save. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Wait, Andy, you still there? Internet delay. 20 minutes later. Yeah, I'm here. I've been streaming for about 3 hours. We got some 3 hours of work done. Feeling good about it. I still feel like the street is too clean. Hello? That's very weird that it did that. I still feel like the street is too clean, the street texture. Yes, sir. Do you want to do that thing we were talking about? You down for like a couple games? Do I get another yes, sir? Here? Here? Come to the off. Yes, sir. All right. Well, Theffin, dude, I'm gonna be on. I'm trying to be on every morning. I'm trying to stream, get a schedule going. We're streaming. I'm on West Coast time, California, so it's 5 o'clock right now, as you can probably see by my stream. Yeah. So in the mornings, like 8 to 11, like 3 hours a day, I'm trying to get some stream and some work. Oh, dude, Thank you, man. That means a lot, man. I still feel like I have so far to go, and I feel like the competition out there is freaking ridiculous, right? So it's really nice to hear people, throwing compliments like that. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, dude. Seriously, it's an inspiration seeing that you've been working on those city builds for like years. It's 110 here. Oh, one. So you're over in Asia somewhere, Japan. Uh, where are you? I have no idea why I broke that down. I just went left on the map about 4 hours and was just guessing. Or you could be 7 hours in the future and be in Finland or something like that. I don't know where you would be. UK, cool. Mariano's close on that second guess. All right, Finland is close to UK. Yeah, same latitude, longitude, ish. Cool, dude. So Stefan, stop by, dude. I'll check out. I'll stop by your stream too. I think I did follow you. Maybe I didn't. But cool. Oh, look, I can put a user in timeout. Put user in timeout. Such control. All right, dude. Keep stopping by, man. All right, Andy, I'm gonna hit you up on Steam, or actually on BattleNet. I didn't say that. I'm not a gamer.